I decided to face my demons again and try to do some reading, and just like last time, I am going to tell you my favourite books, a little bit about them, and what other critics are saying about them. I really put all my effort into this one and spoke to lots of literary experts and that homeless man who hangs around outside WHSmith's. So here are my current favourite books. Ed Sheeran, How I Got Out of Yodeling. Believe it or not, Ed Sheeran wasn't always a singer. He actually spent a few years learning to speak first after he was born. But there is a fictional crime thriller that explores what it would be like if yodeling was Ed Sheeran's preferred method of singing. It really explores the effects of fame and how you won't get any if you choose to yodel. The Struggling Herald gave it 3 stars and said, "Is this a biography or not? I can't tell." The Muppets Bible Special. The Muppets have parodied all of your favourite stories, from The Christmas Carol, Treasure Island, and probably some others. Well, now they are retelling a book as old as time, featuring Fozzie Bear splitting the Red Sea, Kermit the Frog being tempted by the devil, and Miss Piggy birthing Gonzo as Jesus. All of this and more, all including that classic Muppets humour you've come to know and love. The News of the Place gave it 5 stars and said, "Don't tell my priest, but I actually enjoyed this. Time to repent, I guess." Cooking with Meatloaf. Just to clarify, the musician, not the food. He is known for his music and has starred in a movie. The only other things Meatloaf wanted to do in his life were write a book and learn how to cook, and he decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and write this cooking book. Musical Chefs magazine gave it 1 star and said, "May contain nuts." Stories from behind the scenes of Like Mike with Lil Bow Wow. When you think of 90s basketball movies, you probably think of Space Jam, but then after that, you might think of Like Mike. Well, do you want to read about all the stories of what Lil Bow Wow did on the set of the movie? Probably not, but if you do, you might actually enjoy this book. Ringo stars How to Play the Cup Song and other songs using cups. After hearing people make jokes about how well he can play the drums, Ringo decided it was time to master something else. He decided to learn the cup song and has been practicing since its release in 2013, and now claims to be the best cups player in the world. The book has tutorials on how to play other songs using the cups, but sadly, they couldn't afford the rights to any Beatles music. The Struggling Herald gave it 2 stars and said, "Ringo mate, stick to Thomas." Larry Benson, International Font Changer. There are plenty of stories about daring heists and scores, but none like Larry Benson, International Font Changer. Larry Benson travels around the world on daring missions to change the fonts of signs to popular landscapes. This particular book tells the story of the big one. Larry Benson is finally going to attempt to change the King's Cross Station sign to Times New Roman. The Incontinent Times gave it 5 stars and said, "It's kind of like Banksy, but more of a prick." It is one of the best-selling franchises of all time and has created many successful spin-offs, but when the stories ended, it left a lot of people wanting to see more. Well, now the wait is over with Harry Potter and the sudden realization that he will have to get a proper job now he has killed Voldemort. The story takes place after the original stories ended, and starts off with Harry Potter filling in his resume using a quill, and using his owl to send off job applications. It also contains a cameo from the Sorting Hat, who tells Harry he should go into accounting because he has always excelled at maths. And at select stores, if you buy a copy of this book, you also get The Adventures of Dudley Dursley. It's just all the normal things he gets up to while Harry isn't around. I personally wouldn't read it again, once is enough. This Martin Clunes biography. This one is real, you can buy it on Amazon for a decent price. I don't know what happens to Martin Clunes in this book, maybe some details about his men behaving badly days. From the creators of 50 Greatest Potholes Around the World comes The World's Most Beautiful Landfills and Which Bins to Hide in to Find Them. Ever wondered where all your crap goes when you're done with it? Well, you can find out in this book, and also how to get there. For example, if you want to get to this tip in Liverpool, you can hop in Doris's recycling bin, and it will take you there. This landfill in Shanghai has lots of great photo opportunities that will make for good social media posts. Hampton the Hamster, My Struggles with Fame After the Hamster Dance. This is an incredibly sad but real biography that I urge everyone to read. He talks about how it was always his dream to have a one-hit wonder. He really didn't expect the pressure that comes with it. He really covers a lot for an animal that has a life expectancy of 2 years. From the early days of his career to his current struggle with his addiction to pet remedy. The Incontinent Times gave it 5 stars and said, "Wow, he really had his cheeks stuffed with struggles and heartbreak." Secret Confessions of a Part-Time Paperboy. This book gives you a behind-the-scenes look at the scandalous life of your everyday paperboy. The writer remains anonymous throughout the whole book so he can keep his job, but he doesn't hold back on spilling the secrets of what goes on when delivering the news to the people. Have you ever wondered why your newspaper wasn't delivered one time? Well, he was once caught smoking weed in a Woolworths car park one time. The Struggling Herald gave it 3 stars and said, "If you're reading this, then congratulations, he actually delivered your paper." From Spice Girls fan to Spice addict. Spice is often regarded as one of the most dangerous and addictive substances, and is quite different to the music created by 90s supergroup known as the Spice Girls. So how does a fan of the happy and cheery pop music get involved with such a dangerous substance? Well, apparently it all started when Ginger Spice left. After that, it was all downhill for this fan. The Struggling Herald gave it 1 star and said, "I never really got into their music, but my uncle knows someone who can get Spice for a decent price." Popular places for cottagers, unpopular places for cottaging. Have you ever wanted to stay in a small house in the country but found yourself having sex in a public bathroom? Well, then this is the book for you. It tells you where are some great locations to go on holiday to stay in a cottage, and it tells you some cottaging hotspots. That way you don't confuse the two together. So that's the end of this book club. I really went out of my way to find books that even the most fanatical bookworms might have missed. I might come back for another book club, but for now, can you just go away?
Bye, have a beautiful time!